This is another short little snippet about the great controversy, specifically today. The previous one was more a generic, but today we want to look at the work of the book cover for the great controversy. But before I do this, I want to give you two examples. And we're going to show you these pictures in a few moments. But there's two books, which isn't the great controversy, but there's one which I just love the cover. I think it does a great job for the book. Ministry of Healing. The cover by Harvest Time Books. I think it does a great job for that book. I don't know about you, but I think when you see something, you think, that's great. And then also, Desire of Ages. The cover originally used by Okotrick, and now used also by Advent Books for the Desire of Ages. I just see that cover and I think, yes, that is great, and maybe the best one I've seen for the Desire of Ages. But those books are easy to create a cover for, I should say. Because Health, Book on the Life of Christ. But the great controversy is such a varied content. Starts with destruction of Jerusalem, goes through the Reformation, goes through other biblical topics, including the Sabbath, the sanctuary, and then into future prophecy for the end of time. It's such a hard book to create a cover. Now, I'm not going to look at other ministries. I want to look at, first of all, the cover for Advent Books. You've probably seen this book before, and I think it's good. I think it's okay. I think it serves a purpose, but does it grab you? Does it something which you think is, wow, that is good? For me, I think we can do better. I also would like to say that all the covers of the great controversy I've seen, some are good, some are poor, but none of them give me that same feeling as I have for when I look at the covers, or I should say thoughts, not feelings, but none of them give me the same thoughts when I look at the covers of the Ministry of Healing and Desire of Ages I shared earlier. These are my thoughts. I don't have Bible texts or Spirit of Prophecy quotes to back me up, but this is just logic. So, we take the great controversy. I like this because it's not specific, it's just general. But as I said, we can do better, and this is where I need your help. I'd like ideas, feedback from the public. It's not what we as Seventh-day Adventists think, because, we've got our own thoughts. Maybe our thoughts are based on years and years of Adventism. It's what we believe will do the best job to get the book out to more people which are not Seventh-day Adventists. And I want to be clear. I believe that we need to do the best we can. And I believe that the great controversy cover should represent what's inside the book. I could do a cover which changed the title, call it Get Rich Scheme, put lots of money on it. Be really appealing, right? But it doesn't cover what the book is about. And this is one thing which I think is very important. That's one reason why I do like the cover of Advent Books Great Controversy. I do like the cover of one of the Harvest Time books and one of the mega books, and I do like them. I'm not being horrible at saying this, but I think we as Adventists, especially Advent Books, can do better. So that's one thing, represent. I also think that the book cover shouldn't just focus in on one aspect of the book. You may see some which covers are just on the Reformation. I can think of two producers, and they're doing their best. The cover shouldn't be just on America in prophecy, because the book is very little about America. It's got so many more topics in there. I'm not helping. I'm not saying I have a solution. I'm just sharing my thoughts, and I think we as Adventists should brainstorm on this and come back with maybe ideas. And maybe we need several covers, one produced by one ministry, one from another ministry. Some other thoughts. I don't think the cover should be one country specific. I think it's important that the cover covers and appeals to people in England, people in Scotland, people over in Europe, people over in Australasia, people over in wherever it might be. So it's challenging. Of course, the cover should be appealing. There's one thought which comes to my mind. And maybe if you get 5 minutes or so, walk into your local W.H. Smith's, Waterstones, and by all means we should not use these worldly examples as our standard. But one thing interestingly, you walk up to a lot of the books there, and the cover is just so generic, and maybe, in our eyes, so bland and boring. So really the question is, how should the cover be? I would like to hear from yourself. So I think we as Seventh Adventists, we need to do a good job, but also an excellent job, to do the best we can. There's loads of Great Controversy books out there, loads of ministries doing an amazing, great work. We praise God for that. But here, we would like to see what we can do to maybe do a nicer cover, a better cover. I don't have the answer. This is why I'm asking you, which is watching this, to email me your thoughts. The end of this is going to be email address. Email me your thoughts. Email me your samples. You may be watching this in the other end of the world and you say, we use a great cover here. Email me a copy of the cover. I want to hear, I want to learn, so we can actually see the covers and see how well they work in different areas. May God bless each one of you as we work together to finish God's work.